serve. Kim and Marty, his mom and dad, I believe, are here. And not the best of serves. Hopefully better luck next time. So the lead cut to 3 at 20-17.
I think that was miss number 3 in a row for Bryce Walker. He's certainly got to think about just making sure we get one in and then attacking the second one.
Frazier, wow. Put it past Elaine. 4-point Mastodon lead, 21-17. Andre Pulomac, the freshman from Serbia. Before the match, he was talking to one of the Quincy players, and I couldn't understand any of the language they were talking. It was not English. Elaine off of Frazier.
Now, Mark Frazier, he set up well. I think he just honestly attacked a little bit too much with his block there, doing just a little bit too much. You just want to make sure your hands are firm and pressed in so that the ball's going back into row 6.
Elaine serving from left to right. And he goes long. So the score goes to 22-18. Mark Frazier out of Centennial High School in Las Vegas. His mom lives in Vegas. His dad, who was here earlier this year, lives in Alaska. And they both have been here to see their son play. Good hustle. Mercado almost into the seats. And Frazier down the middle, off the touch. And that went off the libero.
And Quincy will take a timeout here.
Vigo, and a timeout called by Quincy. One of 2 allowed in this set. Hawks trailing 23-18.
Mike, that swing right there by Mark Frazier was exactly what we saw at the end of the Lewis match. An out-of-system ball. Most hitters might go up. They might free ball it. They might try to just roll shot it in. Mark Frazier sees a good high ball that he can elevate and attack, and he's going to take a full swing at it. Works out very well for him this time, and it worked very frequently against Lewis on Thursday night.
Mark Frazier began this match in second place in kills on this Mastodon team. 349, 3.79 kills percent, trailing only John Dietrich, who started the day with 355 kills, 3.82 kills percent. And I know that Ryan Perrott has really felt good when both of those players are performing well, because all year long he was hoping to find somebody that could help John Dietrich out. John has been the Mark man.
Yes.
And rightfully so.
Yep.
And Mark has really come across. And Thursday night, that 5th set, he basically took over the match.
He did.
And willed his team to the win.
He absolutely did. You could see the fire in his eyes. And now he's back to serve.
Gets it across. Feely goes back to Elaine. Oh, blocked by Lyons with help from Dietrich. Nice dig by good hustle. Hernandez.
Out.
Just in. The swing from Gieske. That was close.
Yeah, I thought Coach Rock might think about a challenge there, but the rest of his bench was telling him it looked into them, so he will save that one for later.
23-19. Keegan Carey in the match for the first time with the serve. Dietrich dug out by Carey. Short set, off the touch, point. Quincy.
Quincy is just doing an excellent job getting their middles involved. We understand that Raji Alien is going to be their primary hitter on the match, but when you get those middles involved, you stop the blockers from leaving early to go attack him.
Deep serve. Frazier denied. Good hustle and reaction by Dietrich and Pulomac. Pulomac with the dig. Hernandez will try to set up Dietrich. Tough angle. Off 2 touches, point Purdue Fort Wayne. And now they have 4 set points to work with, leading 24-20.
And got to give credit to Logan Geese there in the block. He went up with the middle blocker there and kept his hands up and was still elevated and was able to soft touch Mark's big attack, which slowed it down enough for Quincy to get a chance at it.
Nice block. Aline keeps it alive. Walker rejected at the net. Dietrich. Yes, and that's how the first set comes to an end. As John Dietrich puts it away to give Purdue Fort Wayne a 25-20 win in set 1 of our best of 5 match. Teams will switch ends now. Be a couple of minute break before we get to set number 2. And what we can do now, we were hoping to do at one point earlier, we mentioned it was senior day here for Purdue Fort Wayne, and 5 seniors playing their final home match. And let's talk briefly about them. Davey Singer, again, is from Huntington Beach, California. And his mom, Rochelle, dad, Fred, brother, Alex, here today in person. He's played in 46 matches. He was an MIVA Academic All-Conference selection in 2022. He's also been a valued member of the media services team, serving on the ESPN Plus production crew. He even was an analyst for me for a women's volleyball match earlier this year. Graduating with a degree in finance and bank management certificate. Carlos Mercado is mom Giselle Torrado and dad Carlos Mercado here in person to see him. In his 5-year career, he's played in 89 matches, amassing 242 kills, 208 digs, including a career high earlier against Lindenwood of 16. He's graduating this spring with a degree in business marketing. Wilmer Hernandez, his mom Janine, sister Juliana, girlfriend Veneris, here in person to see him. And he's been a jack of all trades, playing in almost all positions in his 5 years here. 117 kills, 82 assists, 311 digs, 38 blocks, 18 aces. Had a career high 19 digs against McHenry. And that's a top 10 mark in program history. Already a Bachelor of Science degree in biology with a concentration in immunology and microbiology. I can't even spell them, much less pronounce them. He's got an associate's degree in chemical methods and a minor in Spanish. In the spring, he'll finish up a master's degree in biology, a 2-time Purdue Fort Wayne top 50 student. And he also has been on the media services team. Bryce Walker, mentioned earlier, mom Kimberly, dad Martin, here. He's played in 89 matches in 4 years. 601 kills, 298 blocks, 102 aces. Top 10 in program history there. 2-time All-MIVA selection, second team honor in 2022, first team honor in 2023. He'll graduate in the spring with a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design. He's a 2-time MIVA Academic All-Conference honoree. And he also was on the College Sports Communicators Academic All-District list. And last but not least, John Dietrich, Terry and Rich, mom and dad, brother Richie, who played here at PFW, sister Tierney here. We'll talk about his accomplishments at a later date in this match. He will serve first to start this second set. As you said, the teams have switched ends. Purdue Fort Wayne will be going from left to right.
Yeah, Mike, this is certainly a special group of seniors that this team has right now. Not just here on the court, but there's just truly a joy to be around. When you run into them in the hallways of the Gate Sports Center, if you see them outside anywhere, they always got a smile on their face. They're always a joy to talk to.
Well, John spinning the ball in his hands, now throws it high in the air.
Great serve.
Deep serve. That'll be a service ace. Unreturnable.
Looked like there was a little bit of communication error from the Quincy side, some undecisiveness of who was supposed to get that second ball, but a fantastic serve by John Diedrich, too. He really got up on the platform of the libero there.
First ace of the day, 27th of the season. Took something off on that serve. A lane tip shot, dug out, and Frazier rifled one off the arm of Derricare to make it 2-0 Mastodons.
He is just so explosive from the back row. I mean, he's just, the way he elevates and his confidence to go swing at any ball he sees is unmatched.
Cut shot by Goodyear, wide right.
Goodyear, I think that was the right shot to take. That's what the Mastodons gave him on the block. He just happened to get a little bit underneath it and sent it just a hair too long.
In on the line for an ace, his second.
Looks like the Quincy bench agrees with that call. It's going to stand.
Two of the players were saying, hey, challenge, challenge. No such challenge. Almost a third right there. Goodyear over a triple block, and he's off the touch. Quincy on the board. No, he's not got timeout. Let me correct myself. Point goes to Purdue Fort Wayne, and Quincy has called a timeout, trailing 5-0 to start this set.
You know, Mike, it's weird seeing all these Mastodon volleyball games. Coach Rock does not have a set first server like many coaches do. We've seen Casey Lyons be the first server,
Yep.
Andre Polmak be the first server, John Diedrich, all the way, I think, through the entire starting roster. And right now, John Diedrich's saying, maybe it should have always been me, Coach. Because right now he's rifling back there, he's taking some off, he's moving the ball around. The Quincy backline really doesn't know what to expect from this serve right now.
You know, I told John I felt like his dad perhaps before the match, because you and I both know he's the emotional leader of this Purdue Fort Wayne team. And he's geeked for this match today. I know it's the last one at home. And I said, John, just play within yourself. Don't try to overdo it. Do your own thing, have fun doing it, and good things will happen. You sound like my dad.
Well, Mike, at the end of the day, there's no better advice. Emotions are a fantastic thing to play on the court with, but when you let them overwhelm you, that's when you start getting into your head and errors start piling on top of each other. You take it one play at a time, you play your game, and look, John Diedrich has his name on the wall for a reason. When you're an all-American level talent, you go do your thing, it's going to work.
Right. Out of the timeout, Diedrich continues to serve well. Good here. And finally, Quincy on the board.
I was surprised he really just went over the block with that one. I'm not sure if Bryce Walker and Andre Polmak just didn't elevate like they usually do, or if Goodyear really just got above them.
Feely with the serve for Quincy. Mercado with some heat. 6-1, Carlos will now serve.
Almost gave me a haircut over here in the broadcasting table.
I didn't need one, but boy, you almost got split in half. Right side, good here, dug out by Polomats. Frazier denied on the left side. Second chance over a triple block, and it's wide right.
Mike, I think they have something against us.
Starting to remind me of when I go to Lindenwood. And for the first 3 times I went there, I was courtside like this, only closer to the net. 6-2.
Mike, I might have been
7-1, I'm sorry.
flinching, but how did we win that point? I thought
we lost
Frazier
it for
hit it out
sure.
of bounds. Yeah.
Now they lost a point on a service error. I don't know how they won the point. Honestly, I don't. We saw the ball hit on this side of the line.
Yep, I'm guessing they're in the net. I don't think there is any way Quincy could have touched that. Mark really spatched it anywhere from near the court.
Good here, throws it up in the air, clips the net, gets it over. Pulamats to the right for Dietrich. Wide left. Quincy with 2 points in a row, now trailing this second set 7-3.
That was a great pass by Wilmer Hernandez to follow it off the net, keep his platform steady, and gave a beautiful pass.
Service error. And it's 8-3.
Bryce Walker back to serve. Let's see if he takes something off of it or if he continues to get after it.
When he gets on a roll at the serve line, unlike that, where he got the jet stream.
Yeah, it's just his tosses today look a little bit inconsistent, which when you're trying to hit a really hard top jumper like that, you have to have the same toss time and time again, or your serves are unfortunately going to result in looking like that.
And off the touch, it'll be a Mastodon point to go up 9-4.
Mark Frazier is doing a really nice job of seeing what Rajay Alian has been giving him from the blocking perspective, and he's hitting all the right shots right now. He's taking the ball away from the block and having great court vision.
Oh, a quick swing from Gieske. Caught everybody off guard.
Mike, that's the benefit of setting in the middle. It's always such a quick tempo that even in a situation like that where it's not a good swing at all, it's coming at you so quick it can catch you off guard and get you a point anyways.
9-5, Mastodons on top. Aline with the serve for Quincy. Tip shot by Frazier.
It's not often that Mark Frazier shows his finesse, but he just proved to us that his arsenal goes deep, and beautiful roll shot right there.
He has a most unique serve setup, I should say, as commits a service error there. I talked with him about it a couple of weeks ago, and he says it's just basically forming in his mind what he wants to do, and you concentrate. He just takes a slow time. When that whistle blows, you got 30 seconds to get rid of it. Lions a miss hit. And it's 10-7. Quincy now trailing by just 3.
Mike, the Mastodons came into this set with a lot of smiles on their face and on the court. We're not seeing those smiles right now. We're hoping.
There's a service error committed by Keegan Carey. 11-7, our second set score. Purdue Fort Wayne on top. Casey Lyons to serve. I swear he's grown as he commits a service error. I swear Casey's grown 1.5 inches or 2 inches since the season began.
It's the hair. His hair goes straight up.
Tried talking to him before the match, and I thought I was going to get a crick in my neck by looking up.
Yeah, he's an excellent freshman to have on this team. You can see that he's just going to develop into a really nice middle.
Bryce Walker gets involved in the middle with the swing. And it's 12-8. Dietrich to serve. Took something off on that one. Elaine. Boy, did he have hang time there.
Yes, he did. I really thought that was going to be way too high of a set, but you're right, Elaine. He just hangs up in the air until that ball's at the elevation he needs it at. Such a special talent to have.
Short set for Walker. Feely digs it out. Good here over a double block. And it's 12-10. Dylan Feely, again a sophomore from Wheaton, Illinois, to serve again. Mercado, long.
No, looks like it hit the
got
touch
the touch.
there.
Okay.
Secures a kill there. Mike, you look at our squad right now and compare them to the energy they had on Thursday. It definitely looks like they're lacking a little bit of energy on the court. Would you agree?
I think also the fact that it's senior day, I think it has a lot to do with it. And I'll give you one other little carrot in a second. Good here, gets it across. Free ball chance, Purdue Fort Wayne. Mercado, dug out in the backcourt. Aline, long. And it's 14-10.
Mike, I'm trying to figure out what happened there on that free ball. I mean, Wilmer is typically perfect with those, but this time around
I honestly,
way off target.
I have a weird feeling. I'll mention it after this next play. Mercado throws it up in the air. Right side. Good here off the wall. And that'll be a Quincy point. It's the last match of the season. You want to do well at home because you've done well at home this year.
Yeah.
But there's no hope for a home match. The 5 sets against Lewis the other night took care of that on any possible tiebreaker. Dietrich rejected Derricare. I just wonder if you lose your focus, and it's so hard to regain it back in this rally point era of scoring. If you're going good, and all of a sudden a couple of things go bad, it's so hard to get the momentum and the confidence back again.
It is, and it's also difficult. On Thursday we were playing the number 14 team in the nation, Lewis. Earlier in the season we took down number 8 Penn State. We took down number 8 Ohio State at home. We knew we had an opportunity to beat the number 14 team in the nation at home, and not trying to discredit Quincy here, but they obviously do not have the record Lewis has, so you're kind of playing down to their level, which is something that you're always trying to fix.
Lions with another block. And it's 16-12, home team.
Casey Lyons, an absolute wall up there right now for the Mastodons.
Left side. Block attempt wide left by Pulamats. So it's Mastodon 16, Hawks 13. Here in the second set, Purdue Fort Wayne won the opening set 25-20. Derricare number 20 to serve for Quincy. Dietrich off the touch.
Mastodons are finding a lot of success at attacking the outside blocking hands, getting a lot of tools. They're just out of reach of any Quincy defenders.
Well, they're up by 4. Trying to take a 2-set-to-none lead. Almost overpass on the receive. Tip, and I mean tip shot by Dietrich. And timeout called by Quincy.
Mike, I felt the Mastodons were celebrating that point a little too early. There was no whistle blown. It was a late whistle, but you got to be careful. If you don't hear the whistle, you got to be paying attention for that ball to come back on your side of the court.
Well, the point I was trying to get across is maybe because Purdue Fort Wayne won relatively easy last week at Quincy.
Yep.
Straight sets, and they hardly broke a sweat, in all honesty. Are they taking them for granted? They're thinking they can walk on the court and duplicate the feat. You got to realize that every match is different. What you do one day, you may not do the next.
Right.
And that's the challenge of the coaching staff to make sure that their team is focused.
It absolutely is, and I think most coaches would probably say that's one of the most difficult things for them is keeping their team focused, whether you're playing the #1 team in the nation or whether you're playing a team that hasn't won a game all year. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to find a way to bring your best ball no matter who's on the other side. Your opponent shouldn't play a factor into what you guys will bring to the table that day. And it's difficult, right? It's a lot easier said than done. But I think if the Mastodons start rallying behind each other, they start bringing their own energy off these huge blocks from Casey Lyons or a Mark Frazier kill, they can start helping themselves out.
Timeout completed. Pulamont serving from left to right.
Casey
Lyons on a roll.
I believe that is number 6 for him. In just the middle here of set 2. He's doing an excellent job at recognizing where that middle is going because they're running all over the place.
Cut shot.
Wow.
Nice cut shot that time by Carey, who is a 6'4" graduate student, transfer from Cal Irvine, a school that I thought about briefly many years ago going to.
That is such a great swing, and he saw that that was open. Not an easy shot to hit, not a shot that every hitter has in their arsenal.
Aline with the solid serve. Dietrich with a more solid swing at the feet of Aline. 20-14, Don seemingly in control in this set, but they still need to get 5 more points.
Yeah, Mike,
to serve.
It can always look like it's, you know, the set's kind of wrapping up, but then again on Thursday against Quincy in set number 3, Mastodons down 18-23. Most people write that off as a loss, but we came all the way back and took extra points.
Point for Quincy to make it 20-15. Yeah, that third set was something else when you're down 23-16 and rip off 7 points in a row.
Yep, a lot of people had the Mastodons written off, and obviously we still ended up losing that set, but again, we took them to extra points. We had a couple of set points ourselves.
Service error that time by Carey. Tried to go down the line, went wide left. 21-15, Mastodons on top. And number 15, Davey Singer, back off the bench to serve. Second appearance for Davey in this match. Of course, I think I won't get into too much trouble. Davey's had to do with a foot injury. Hey, good swing, got the little break as well, hitting the top of the net was Keegan Carey. And it's 21-16.
Yeah, you can often find Davey riding around either on a mobile scooter or in a boot, just trying to take some of that pressure off that lower ankle, foot area. So difficult when you're dealing with a nagging injury like that, something you can't get surgery on, but, you know.
Mercado had it come right back at him.
Gets absolutely stuffed at the net.
Oh, yeah, when you're trying to get healed from an injury and time is not in your favor.
No.
It's not easy, but I do know Davies worked hard. He knew that it was going to be touch and go whether he'd be able to play it this weekend, and I'm glad to see him on the court. Dietrich.
Great dig.
Aline digs it out. Free ball opportunity. Yes. Mark Frazier.
What a great dig, though, by Rajay Aline. I mean, you see it a lot, especially in the men's game, the kind of scoop pass.
Yeah.
And maybe to an unfamiliar fan, you would call that a double or a lift. Perfectly legal, especially on the first touch, and essential to getting some of these difficult digs.
Good here over a triple block. Trying to keep Quincy in it. They trail this second set 22-18. But they do have the serve in their setter, Dylan Feely, so we'll see what happens here. Dietrich.
Wow.
Good hustle. Defensive return. Dietrich rejected. Point Quincy.
I think Andre knew that second set to Dietrich was just a little bit too low. I'd like to see Dietrich recognize that, take a little bit off it, maybe try to shove it to the back corner, but you know, sometimes you see that ball up in the air, you just want to take a rip at it.
Philly bouncing the ball like a basketball free throw shooter. Now a short toss. Walker. Good hustle that time by Quincy to keep it alive. Frazier rejected. Or did he get it through it? He threw it through a triple block. That ball goes so fast that sometimes you can't tell which jersey it goes off of.
Yeah, that was tough to tell, but it looked like it just came straight down from the Quincy block, which was not pressed over the net. Mastodon points. I think Mark kind of snuck away with that kill.
Good here. Blocked by Frazier.
Yeah, wow. The Mastodon block tonight has just been an all-out party. Everybody's getting some.
Yeah. Now it's multiple set point. Good here off the touch. One set point averted. It's 24-20.
Yep, Mastodon just needs one here.
Long service error, and that's how the second set comes to an end. So Purdue Fort Wayne wins the second set by the same score they won the opening set of our match, 25-20. It's volleyball's version of halftime, 5-minute break between sets 2 and 3. And we're going to take a few moments and chat with a member of the Purdue Fort Wayne Athletic Department who has been very instrumental with the women's team. I think the last time you put one of them on is when you and I were in Indianapolis for a women's basketball game, and you were kind enough to give me a few minutes to talk about. But Chris Kusnar, your official title here is, besides Senior Women's Administrator,
Senior Associate Athletic Director for Internal Operations.
It's
a mouthful, isn't it?
It's a fancy title. You have been here a long time. And I mentioned before we started to talk to our audience, you have had a unique relationship with the men's volleyball team. And I know you've loved every moment of it. I know that Ryan Pratt and Arnie Ball have loved it. Talk about how your relationship with the team got started.
I've been incredibly lucky. I've worked with them from the ground up. I started working with the men's volleyball program really in earnest in 1999. So if you do the math, this is my silver anniversary with men's volleyball. Working with the team on their academics is how I started. So we worked intensely on their degrees, their eligibility, and very quickly Arnie and current head coach Rock Parat brought me in just like a team member. And they actually have continued to do that through all the years I've been with athletics. Whatever the role I've played, I've been very, very lucky to have been included and embraced the way the men's volleyball program has done for me.
How hard is it to get these student athletes to think about the student part as opposed to the athletic part?
It depends on where they are in their career and in their maturity. When freshmen first come in, their minds are so focused on the volleyball. And then as they get here and they understand that the focus is truly on them being that student along with being the student athlete. The transition does not take very long for them. Now, some freshmen do come in very focused, very academically oriented. And those students are just a breeze to work with. For them, it's sort of just steering the ship down the river in the right direction, making sure that, they're not hitting any rocks along the way and that they are excited and enthusiastic about the degree that they're pursuing. So some of the most challenging times I've actually had are with those that really want to perform well academically because they want to do all the extras. They want maybe a double major and a minor and all those things. They're the most challenging, believe it or not. Over the years, very few of my student athletes were academic risks. They were a pleasure, and if they found the degree that they were passionate about, just like they're passionate about the volleyball, then it was easy sailing. I keep using these ship analogies, don't need to.
That's okay. My wife grew up going on the St. Clair River up near Port Huron, Michigan all her life, so she would understand extremely well what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is there a particular success story that you can talk about a student athlete that really came to you really looking for help and you were able to really help him along?
I have quite a few, actually. My very first student athlete that I advised, and we don't really use the advise word too much in athletics because they have their advisors in their departments, but was Jeff Petak. He was my very first student that I worked with academically. And that was a real trial because the athletic department didn't have folks that were specializing on working with athletes. So Jeff was sort of my entree into the athletic world, and if our relationship went well and he worked with me well, that was a big test in a way, so to speak. So Jeff finished his degree, he did great, and he always told me what his ultimate goals were, and that's what he's doing right now. So I view that as a huge success, but that's Jeff's success. I just sort of, along the way, maybe helped him with earning the degree. They always do it all on their own.
What's the biggest piece of advice you could give, not just for a student athlete, but for a student that seems to be puzzled in what they want to do and how you can help them achieve that goal?
Yeah. The biggest advice I would give them is give different things a try. Don't get so focused on one path that you're not willing to try things that you have not tried before while you're at the university, and sometimes that opens doors. So when you're here, don't just stay in the gym, don't just go to the classroom, get engaged in campus as much as you can. It exposes them to different things and different ways of thinking that they may never have experienced before.
I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. Congratulations, and keep the good times rolling.
Back at you. Thank you.
Chris Kesnar, our guest, as we are getting very close to starting the third set of play. Purdue Fort Wayne leading this match over Quincy 2-0, winning each set by an identical score of 25-20. And Quincy will have the serve to start this third set. And momentarily I'll be rejoined by Jacob Allard. And it's always fun talking with Chris, and she just has this relationship with the volleyball team that's extremely unique, and it's enjoyable on both sides.
I think absolutely. I know that she will host the team out to her house and have a nice little celebration for them. And with the team made up of so many international student athletes, when you have somebody like that, that kind of is a maternal figure, someone who cares about you, cares about your well-being more than anything, it just makes this a little bit more homey here in Fort Wayne for our international student athletes. And I think that relationship she creates with them is very special and impactful for them.
Well, through two sets of play, Purdue Fort Wayne is hitting a combined 348, 23 kills, 46 swings, 7 attack errors. Quincy struggling a bit. They're hitting 196, 24 kills, 56 swings, 13 attack errors. Mark Frazier, 12 kills and 16 swings, hitting 625. Only person on either side to be in double digits in kills. Quincy will serve from left to right. And Dylan Feely hits this side of the net and spins backward for a service error. It's 1-0 Purdue Fort Wayne. John Dietrich will serve first in this set for the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. They're going from right to left. Just inside the line, a good swing.
Wow, that was a
by Derek Hare.
Unique attacking formation. I mean, the setter's backed all the way up to the antenna. The middle is still running right on him, and then the right side is jumping over the top of the middle. I mean, it worked for them. I don't think it is a perfect play, but it worked right there.
Pulamats for Walker.
Oh, he just pulled it down a little bit too low.
And it's rejected. Quincy up 2-1. And they're playing with house money in one sense because they have nothing to lose in this set. You're down 2-0. Just go freewheel.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a lot of middle runs out of them, and then of course a lot of sets going to number 5, Raji Alien for Quincy.
Mercado kept alive. Walker. Rice getting his third kill. To tie the set at 2 apiece.
It's a great swing by Bryce Walker, and credit to setter Andre Polomak when he's able to elevate that ball to where Bryce needs it. Bryce has the ability to really go shoot at those corners, and that is so difficult to pick up from a defensive end.
Carlos Mercado with the serve. Feely goes to the left. A little tip shot by Carey. Successful. 3-2 Quincy here, early moments of set number 3. And Derek Hare will serve for Quincy. Dietrich rejected by Logan Gieske. Let me ask you, as a former player, how difficult it is. Service error wide left. How difficult is it when you've been dominating play to keep focused in a third set?
Very. I mean, it's very difficult. You'll tend to take your foot off the gas pedal. Really, you almost need to be selfish. Just go out there and do it for yourself. Have fun with it. You know, these Mastodons understand this is probably the last time that this senior group is going to get to play together on this court.
Yes.
So go make the most of it. So senior day, I think it's a little bit easier to stay focused in that element in the third set. But it is extremely difficult, right? You think you're going to walk away with this game.
Aline too strong with the serve. And it's now 5-4. The Quincy lead cut to 1. And number 1, Andre Pulamats to serve for Purdue Fort Wayne. And somehow Carey got it over. Frazier tip shot, nobody home. Point Purdue Fort Wayne, and we're tied at 5.
Assuming Quincy runs an off-block defense, certainly the outside should have ran through and picked up that ball, but Mark placed that really well there in the campfire. Difficult to pick up. A lot of indecisiveness from the defense when a ball falls right there.
Deeper serve. Aline, long. Oh, he unloaded, but just a little bit too strong.
Yeah, it really looks like Alien right now is just trying to swing at everything he sees. With the way he gets up and elevates and attacks the ball, I think it would benefit him just to take a little bit off and try to shoot for those corners where defenders aren't. He can go over any block.
Comes again, and Frazier's block goes wide left. Is that more or less where you set up as far as to try to keep the block in play, or your body position?
It's really all about where you're angling your hands, how firm you're pressed over. Eventually there is an element of also where the hitter's putting the ball, right? If he's going to hit the outside of your pinky or the outside of your ring fingers, not much you can do about it. It's probably going to be a tool.
Okay.
But as a blocker, you're not trying to go up and actually block the ball necessarily. You're going up and taking court away from the hitter so that their only option is to hopefully hit it at one of your defenders.
Good swing by Gieske to pick up a kill and tie the set at 7 apiece. And he will now serve. Where's the number 15 in the back of his white jersey? And he goes long. That's the 14th service error on Quincy today. Purdue Fort Wayne has committed 9 service errors. Casey Lyons will serve at 8-7. Bailey to the left. Wow, what a block by Mercado. Results in a Mastodon point. The lead now 2 at 9-7. Tough serve by Lyons. Good here, blocked at the net. Mercado, tough angle. Dug out. Walker denied. Placed. Here's Dietrich.
Wow.
He slams it home.
Great job by Casey Lyons being ready to pick up any ball off the block there. That is his second dig this set. 3rd in the match. You love to see middles playing defense.
And how? Oh, that's going to be a Mastodon point? No, still, it is. It is a Mastodon point. 4 hits.
That felt like a little bit of a late call, but I think the up judge and the down ref were just confirming with each other that they both agreed it was a 4-touch play.
Purdue Fort Wayne on a 4-0 run right now. Lyons again with the serve. Good here, yes. Off the touch, off of Dietrich. And it's now 11-8 Mastodons on top. 3rd set, best of 5 match. Feely to serve for Quincy. Trick off the arm of Goodyear. And it's 12-8. John Dietrich to serve. Line drive, just too long. $12-9. Good here with the serve. Pull-outs back to up shot. Aline missed with the left hand, got it with the right hand. He had just enough steam on it to put it over the net. $12-10. Quincy getting closer. Long, however, on the serve by A.J. Goodyear. So it's now 13-10 Mastodons. 3rd set. And Carlos Mercado with the serve. Tough angle, kept alive. Aline, triple block, denies that. Over the left side, carry rejected. Walker, Frazier, Pulamats combined for the block. And timeout called by Quincy as they trail this third set now by a score of 14-10. And we mentioned some other matches going on in the MIBA today. Again, Lindenwood on the road in Charlotte, North Carolina, defeated Queens 3-1. And the Lions will finish conference play with a record, if I can get my numbers here right, I believe of 9-7. And they've won 5 matches in a row. They are 13-11 overall. Elsewhere, they are in the third set in Muncie, and it is a bit of a surprise. McKendree has won the first 2 sets, and they lead the third set 6-5. Senior day at Ball State.
The Bird Nest is not an easy place to win in, and I'm sure they're packing the house for a senior day. So great job by McKendree. Let's see if they can hold out there in the third set. I tell you what, McKendree just plays with so much energy. We talk about energy on the court here for the Mastodons. McKendree brings it every game seemingly, and just do a fantastic job there. I think
there were 2 hard-fought matches between McKendree and Purdue Fort Wayne here in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to the action here, 14-10 Mastodons. Mercado serving out of a timeout. And he's going to get credit for a service ace. And I think we're going to have our first challenge of the day. As Quincy challenging that call.
Mike, that was the Mastodons' 4th ace of the night, and the Mastodons are not necessarily known for their serving prowess, but credit to John Diedrich and Carlos Mercado, and Casey Lyons, I believe, is the third that go out and getting a couple aces for the Dons here.
Yeah. And again, Mark Frazier with 13 kills, John Diedrich with 7, Mercado with 3, Bryce Walker with 3, Casey with 1. Polomats has 21 assists. Andre also has 7 digs. Lead the way there. Casey Lyons with 1 solo block and 6 block assists. We were talking about him early in the match. You look at him, and he, from the outside and from a distance, he looks a little bit on the thin side. But he's got springs in his legs, and he's got muscle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's hard to play in the middle.
Absolutely. You have to be an explosive player coming from the middle, because running from left pin to right pin to middle, it gets tiring. You know, I think that's why middles only play 3 rotations at a time, because if they were out there for 6 rotations, they would be beat at the end of every game. So credit to Casey Lyons. He's doing an excellent job, just very disciplined with that block. He's not trying to do too much, but he's out there executing exactly what Coach Rock has been teaching him all year. And Mike, I'm not a big fan of these block assist stats, because it makes it seem like Casey Lyons hasn't blocked 7 balls tonight, which he absolutely has. There just happened to be another person right next to him as well.
Well, the decision was made. And are they replaying the point? Or am I just missing my score?
No, I do believe it's a
I had 14.
replay.
Yeah. Because it still shows 14-10, and Mercado once again will serve. Diedrich with the dig. Frazier through 2 Hawks. Now it's 15-10.
Mike, since we were just discussing the block again, we see Rajay Alien go up there for the block, and obviously I don't think anybody is getting more elevated than he is, but he went with his hands outside his body, brought him back in front of him, and then again to the outside, and we have that much motion, and your blocking move
Yeah.
it's likely that you can be tooled just like he was there. When you go up the block, you just want to press those hands over and do not move them until you're back on the ground. The less arm movement, the better.
Service error gives Quincy the serve and a point. Down 15-11. Frazier. Point Purdue Fort Wayne.
It's a great job by Mark Frazier tonight. He's really showing the finesse part of his shot arsenal, and it's working out for him really well.
Walker with the spinning serve. Carry. Pancake dig by Dietrich. Frazier over triple block.
Great hustle by Quincy.
Free ball chance, Dons. Frazier rejected. Mercado has to dig deep to get it. Lyons rejected. Walker setting up Dietrich. Touch shot over the net, but picked up. Carry off the touch. Point Quincy.
Mike, did it look like John Dietrich was ready for Bryce Walker's set to look that beautiful?
Wow. I'm amazed.
Yeah, he was confident with that one. Maybe it's a new no doubles rule, or maybe it's just Bryce Walker, but that was beautiful, and most middles are not setting the ball that pretty.
Yeah. Changing position at this stage of his career. Alian in the net for a service error. 17-12, Mastodons on top. Here in the third set, they won the first two sets by identical scores of 25-20. Olamont's the freshman setter to serve. Oh, the old setter becomes attacker play, and Dylan Feely caught Purdue Fort Wayne off guard.
You know, advantage for the Quincy setter there being only 6 foot is that the Mastodon defense is not going to expect him to go up and attack it. Especially he waited this long. He hasn't done it yet. Perfect time from him to do it.
Carry.
Out of rotation on the Mastodons. I think Andre left a little early from his base.
So that'll be a Hawk point. It's 17-14.
Yep, you got to stay disciplined. I know you think you can get away with it, but the down ref is looking every single serve for that to happen.
Service ace. And it's 17-15. Quincy not going down without a fight.
Again, Mike, we talked about the energy levels here on the Mastodon floor. They're going to need to pick it up here and put this game away.
Good serve. Frazier.
Wow.
Playing bouncy ball.
Wow, wow, wow.
That's his 15th kill of the match.
Mike, I don't think there's much I can say about that other than beautiful set, perfect approach, and he saw that line wide open.
And now he gets a chance to serve. Into the top of the net. Unfortunately, that's his second service error of the match.
And see, these Mastodon serving errors are just coming at really inopportune times. When Mark Frazier goes and gets that humongous kill down the line, that's where the energy starts flowing through, but then you go and miss a serve, boom, all the energy sucked back out. Great job by Quincy to follow that.
Is it touched? Yes, it is. 19-16. And coming in, I got to talk to his dad before the match, Andrew Meyer, 6th grade freshman from Indianapolis. And he's here to see his son play today. A southpaw will serve left-handed. Little flip shot over the net. Mercado!
Great swing.
Makes it 20-16.
Beautiful set by Andre Polomak to make sure that ball's getting all the way to the back pin, giving Carlos Mercado the opportunity to choose where he wants to swing.
You won't see Meyer serving the ball deep very often. He wants to get it over and with some spin on it. Alihan went way too long. 21-16. Mastodons 4 points away from winning this match in straight sets. And there's an example. We did try to go deep, and he went too deep.
That serve is so nice to have in the Mastodon back, though. Just a lefty topspin coming from left back. Not something you practice against every day, and certainly not something you see every day, so it just makes it all the more difficult when scouting.
Bryce Walker got a short set to work with, and he picks up his 4th kill in 10 swings.
Beautiful run.
22-17, Purdue Fort Wayne. John Dietrich to serve here in the 3rd set.
Now, Mike, you got 2 seniors in the front row with Bryce Walker and Carlos Mercado. Let's feed them the ball.
Off the touch, AJ Good here has other ideas. As he picked up his 10th kill. 22-18. We've been at the 22-18 mark in all 3 sets so far today. Good here to serve, left to right. Ball high in the air. Mercado rejected. Derrick, very good play there.
Great recognition from the Quincy blockers there to see that that set was left a little bit inside and they just dove those hands back into the low seam.
Service error. And it's 23-19 home team. 2 points away from the match. And Davey Singer off the bench to serve. So you got Dietrich a senior, Hernandez a senior, Walker, Singer, all seniors on the court right now.
Oh, I take it back. We took Carlos Mercado out for that.
Again off of Dietrich into the crowd. 23-20. And Rock's going to keep on the floor. Derrick Hare to serve for Quincy. Frazier. Nope. Carey keeps it alive. Gets it back. Left side push shot. Frazier with the dig. Back to Frazier. Hit the antenna. Quincy close to within 2 at 23-21.
So, Mike, here is the question. With it being senior day, with Davey Singer out there in the back row right now, will Andre Polmak set the D-ball for him? I'll be interested to find out here.
Well, that's an interesting thought.
Certainly not in the game plan.
Frazier. Dug out. Nice block. Frazier and Walker combined, and it's triple match point. Purdue Fort Wayne 24. Quincy 21. Mastodon fans on their feet.
Who better to be serving than the Mastodon ace leader and senior Bryce Walker?
Wow, Quincy keeps it alive. It's 24-22.
Mike, if we had a bigger lead, I'd definitely say set Davey, but with a game this close, you don't want to go to 4 sets. There's no reason to. Let's feed Mark in the front row here, John in the back row potentially, or even Casey Lyons on a great pass.
Yep. Dietrich for the win, and this match is over. John Dietrich's 8th kill of the match ends it. And the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons win the third set 25-22. Yes, they win the match in straight sets 25-20, 25-20, and 25-22. They will finish conference play at 8-8. Their overall record improves to 14-11. And the home record in 2024 ends up at 11-4.
That's an excellent record, and overall a great season. Think about some of the monumental wins the Mastodons have picked up this year. You start off number 8, Penn State here at home, take them down. Then a couple weeks later, you bring in number 8, also ranked, Ohio State. You take them down in 5 in front of a great crowd. Last Thursday, you bring the number 14 team of the country into your court, and you take them down in a 2-hour and 50-minute long 5-setter match. Great job by these Mastodons. Congratulations to all the seniors on this team. And I'm excited to see what this team can do here in the MIVA tournament upcoming.
You know, 11-4 at home, and 2 of those losses were to what right now is 4th-ranked Hawaii, who is missing their best player.
Yep.
And one of those losses was to Loyola, which they will be playing Lewis in a little while. And at least record-wise, they may have a chance to be a co-champ with Ball State.
Yeah.
And let's quickly double-check what's happening. Ball State leading the third set 10-9, but trailing that match 2-0. And so some of these even the tough losses were to big teams. And if you remember that first set against Hawaii, they played maybe one of their best sets of the season.
Oh, absolutely.
And had this crowd roaring.
Oh, it was incredible to be here in the gym that day. And they fought tooth and nail that entire game. And you're right, the first set was fantastic. They're able to secure a win against one of the perennial best teams in the nation of the last decade.
Well, let's give you some final numbers. Purdue Fort Wayne tied with Quincy in kills at 34. Dons led in assists 34-33. They led in digs 19-18, and they led in team blocks 12.5-7. Mark Frazier, again the junior from Las Vegas, 16 kills, hit .565. You had 8 kills for John Dietrich, 5 for Carlos Mercado, 4 for Bryce Walker, all playing in their last home match. 1 for the freshman Casey Lyons. Andre Pulamats had 28 assists. 3 service aces, 2 by John Dietrich, the fifth-year senior, 1 by Lyons, the freshman. And Pulamats had 7 digs, Dietrich 4, 2 apiece for Mark Frazier, Mercado, Davey Singer. And you had 4 solo blocks, 2 by Mercado, 1 by Frazier, 1 by Lyons, 17 block assists, again led by Lyons with 6. And for Quincy, Alian and Goodyear each had 10 kills. Gieske had 6, Carey had 5, Derek here had 2, and Feely had 1. Feely had 27 assists in the center position. They had 3 service aces, 18 service errors. And leading the way in digs was Dominic Vigo with 5. They had no solo blocks, but they had 14 block assists. Derek Hare had 6 of those 14. As a team, you know, Purdue Fort Wayne had 314, Quincy just 190. But I'll tell you, it was a nice week to finish up the home portion of the season with that win over 14th-ranked Lewis on Thursday night and the win over Quincy today. And now we just have to wait and see who and where they'll play their quarterfinal opponent in the upcoming MIVA tournament next Saturday night.
Yeah, I absolutely encourage everybody to follow along on GoMastodons.com. I'm pretty sure the MIVA tournament will be set tomorrow.
It'll be set by tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
When play, I think right now, if McHenry hangs on to beat Ball State, that Lewis-Loyola match is going to be key.
Yes, it will.
It'll be played at Gentile Arena on the campus of Loyola. Neat little facility. You can cram in about 4,500 people. And you're just down the street from Lake Michigan.
Yeah, beautiful campus.
So we will see there. But that'll do it for us here this afternoon and early this evening. Again, a solid straight set win by Purdue Fort Wayne. By the way, the Dons are ranked 20th in the country. So let's
And
not
going up here.
overlook that.
Going up, beat number 14, right?
Right. So, again, a straight set win, 25-20, 25-20, and 25-22. Thanks to our great crew, those that have been able to work here all season long. And thank you again, Jacob, for working with me. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Mike.
And you need to politics to help me some more next year. But I'll let you have that fight. But for Jacob Allard, I'm Mike Moss. Thanks so much for watching. As we say so long now from Arnie Ball Court, here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, the campus of Purdue University Fort Wayne, as you've been watching MIVA men's volleyball on YouTube. So long from the Summit City.
That was just so fun, Mike.
Oh, thank you so much.
Such a lot of fun.
Likewise, it was fun.
Yeah.
I told him he'd got a politic to work with me some more next year.
It's opened up a rabbit hole. Now it's what I want to do every single game day. It is. It is. And it's
Thank you for
Made-
coming on. I appreciate it.
it's made even better when we have a full crew here and operating crew, but even with bare bones, they make it work. And
Well, I think that sometimes, and I won't speak for the coaches, but occasionally, since you are here already, I know our Steve and Victoria and Rob don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
But sometimes maybe they want to somewhere else.
Yeah.
They feel obligated to be here. They love doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice to have
Right. I mean, because I'm here no matter what, right? So I can assist however, and I got Perla who runs my operation perfectly. So yeah, I'm always. Believe me, you need someone to hop on a microphone. I like talking. I'm trying to figure out more details about this Donovan because like they definitely want Don for like all 4 sessions, which like
Yeah, the only one I could do is that one.
Yeah.
The Wednesday
right, and then so is it even worth it? Believe me, we'll still take you if that's the case may be,
Yeah.
but.
Well,
What
let
if
me
we
make my
just
pit
send
stop
one
and
of
then
the
I'll start
athletes
tearing
in the
down.
suit? Like,
You tearing it
I'm
all
sure
down?
they're needed, but they're gonna be there anyway. So like,
Might as well.
it's an hour. Like,
Yeah.
hop in the suit, split the spot off, and like help out. So I just need to run into him. I tried to talk to him on Friday, but we kept missing each other in the office. So Monday, hopefully,
Okay.
I'll get some better details for you.
Yeah, you can let me know. Also, so basketball.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark.
Oh,
You did good.
one single
You did
time.
good.
Running
Appreciate it.
Full operation.
See you next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, when? Nothing. Set point. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is there somebody?
I knew that